Foreign Minister Wang Yi met Prime Minister Modi. The MEA has now released a statement. Prime Minister Modi has thanked the Chinese President Xi Jinping for the invitation to the SCO Summit and conveyed his acceptance. Prime Minister Modi further emphasized on the importance of maintaining peace and tranquility at the border and welcomed the steady and positive progress in bilateral ties since his meeting with President Xi in Kazan last year. The MEA has said that ties must be guided by mutual respect, mutual interest and mutual sensitivity, including the resumption of the Mansarovar Yatra. That's the big piece of news that's coming in the wake of this outreach coming in between India and China. This amid the entire tariff storm that has been launched by the Trump administration. To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. So Siddhant, clearly it seems that there is a major reset in India-China ties since the Galwan clash, and it seems the geopolitical headwinds launched by the Trump administration has forced this kind of rethink from both sides.
Well, yes, that's right, Ayushman. In fact, we have just released outcome of the special representatives level talks between India and China, and perhaps there are many takeaways, Ayushman, including reopening of border trade through land routes. In fact, China also agreed to share hydrological information during emergency situation. In fact, China also agreed to exchange view on trans-border rivers. Mansarovar Yatra to continue, the scale of the Yatra to expand, resumption of direct flight between India and China. Now, Ayushman, the most important issue for India, which is the boundary issue, the border issue. So there have been key takeaways, perhaps, in that domain as well. One is fair and reasonable, mutually accepted framework for settlement of boundary question as per the 2005 agreement. So both in China's readout and India's readout, 2005 agreement has been mentioned. So remember, Ayushman, this 2005 agreement was only violated by the Chinese side in 2020 at the time of Galwan clash. Now, both sides have agreed to settle the boundary question as 2005 agreement. Also, both sides have agreed to set up expert group under WMCC to explore progress in boundary delimitation in border. So boundary delimitation process will start, and perhaps for that there is an expert group which would be set up under WMCC, which is already a mechanism existing between India and China. Now the third is set up a working group in WMCC to advance effective border management. And the last and the most important one, Ayushman, creation of general level mechanism in eastern and middle sector, in addition to general level mechanism in western sector. So in western sector already this mechanism exists between India and China. Now in two more sectors it will be coming up, and it has been decided. So lot of key takeaways, Ayushman, as far as special representative level talks is concerned. Perhaps China will be supporting India's BRICS summit in 2026, and India will be supporting China's BRICS summit in 2027, Ayushman. So perhaps a big breakthrough, and both countries have very constructively, positively engaged today, and in fact day before yesterday, and perhaps the result is a lot of outcomes from the two meetings.
Right, absolutely. And it's all about the tangibles as well, Siddhant, because we're getting more details of the outcome of this outreach that's come in between India and China to reset the ties.